Hey everybody, it's B, and today we're going to do something a little bit unconventional on my channel. Instead of doing a body doubling video, we're just going to do a quick chat. I'm going to share about my experiences. So, as many of you know, in October of 2024, I got the immense pleasure of going with my best friend and our benefactor down to Walt Disney World, and we got to explore all over all of the parks. And my absolute favorite, if you can't tell from my background here, was Galaxy's Edge. I loved everything about it. I'm such a Star Wars nerd, y'all don't even know. And I was hesitant to talk about my trip because I didn't want to be bragging, but also I realized that a lot of people would probably be interested in what that trip looked like for me. So today, we're going to talk about my Galaxy's Edge East 2024 Creature Stall haul. So if I could live in Batuu, I would. I wanted to go to Batuu the minute I knew that it was going to be built, and I will be honest with you, we spent the majority of the time at Galaxy's Edge because that is like pretty much the only reason I wanted to go. It wasn't the only reason. I obviously wanted to see Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. Epcot was whatever, I know, hot take, but ultimately, we did end up spending the majority of our time hanging out in Batuu. I definitely spent a lot of time playing on the data pad and trying to get as many of the badges there as I could, and I will talk about that in another video. This was my first visit. It will not be my last. I wanted to visit ever since I learned that it was going to be built, but obviously trips here are expensive, and I definitely want to be able to cover the majority of the costs on my own next time, as opposed to relying on a friend to cover the costs. So I really need to save up, so I won't be back in a while, which is part of why I want to talk about it, because I want to relive the fun memories. Additionally, I also really wanted to stay in the Galactic Star Cruiser, also known as the Star Wars Hotel. It closed, obviously, before I was able to raise up the funds to go. It was ridiculously expensive. But yeah, ultimately, I absolutely loved Galaxy's Edge. The Imagineers did an excellent job building a space that really felt like I was transported to another world, specifically in the Star Wars universe. From the food, to the language, the cast members, to the facades, the whole thing was positively amazing. I have so many pictures in my phone, and I even did a video walkthrough for my partner, which I will probably share here, even if it is a little bit personal, because I know a lot of people probably won't get the chance to go, so why not? Right, I went on Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance, and Star Tours very many times, and Ty and I also both wore costumes. We got some amazing photos. We opted to use the photographers in Batuu, and it was 100% worth the price to do like a whole customized photo set. Also, Galaxy's Edge, for the majority of the time we were there, was super empty. It was like not busy. I don't know really what happened that made that happen, but yeah, it was phenomenal. And also during our trip, Ty got to build a lightsaber and I got to build a droid. I will do separate videos about that later. And yeah, so today, we are going to be talking about the creatures that I picked up at the creature stall in the Batuu marketplace. So first up is the Nexu. Nexus are, this may be a familiar creature to you. There's actually a Nexu as one of the trio of deadly beasts that was unleashed by the Geonosians upon Anakin Skywalker, Padme Amidala, and Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Execution Arena in Episode 2. Thank you, Wiki, for that. Nexus are the mascot of Batuu according to the shopkeepers I met there, but the full-grown ones are so dangerous that they only sell babies. There's a lot more lore that you can pick up from the Wiki that talks about Nexus. They're really cute, they're really cool, and I love them. The very first one that I actually picked up, though, was this guy right here, the Kowakian Monkey Lizard. A lot of people are unimpressed by them. They think they're too Muppety, they think they're too weird. I love how Muppety they are. I'm big on Muppets and puppets. I know, not something I've ever really talked about, but it's true. So I absolutely adore them. I chose this one because he looks like Salacious B. Crumb, but they did actually have one of the multicolored ones available there, which I guess are super rare and hard to find. But I'm always here for just like, give me your run-of-the-mill basic guys for sure. Lastly is probably going to be the crowd favorite here, which is the Porg. Porgs are a species of sea-dwelling beakless birds. They are native to the planet Ahch-To, where Jedi Master Luke Skywalker makes his exile in the years prior to the Battle of Crate. Thank you again for the wiki, for phrasing that in a very smooth way that I would have stumbled through. And yeah, these guys are also super cute and super fun. I got this guy specifically because I love puppets, and hand puppets specifically, And so this guy is super fun to manipulate and use and play around with. Also, when he makes sounds, I found that my Nexu, if turned on and standing up, will actually also make sounds and reply. Super cool. So that's all I've got. Next week I want to talk about the droid building experience, and I will probably also at some point share a video of one of the Star Tours runs that I did. I rode Star Tours probably 15 or 20 times while I was there because it is actually my favorite ride in all of Disney. It was my favorite ride in Disneyland aside from Pirates of the Caribbean. Fun fact, the Pirates of the Caribbean in Disney World is super disappointing compared to the one in Disneyland. If you've been to the one in Disney World and you're avoiding going to the one in Disneyland because you think it's going to be boring, stop. Go to the one in Disneyland. There's a reason why it's a 3-hour line, okay? It is really, really good. It does break down sometimes, but it is way better. Just as a side note. But yeah, Star Tours, favorite ride. So yeah, if you're thinking of like getting me any gifts for my birthday, which is in February, I'm going to be 30 years old. Super exciting. Star Tours merch, especially vintage. Homie, that is what I want. All right. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great day. Hey friend, thanks for watching. Subscribing, sharing, commenting, these are all free ways that you can help support my content. And of course, speaking of support, I do want to thank all of my Patreon supporters. The list of Patreon supporters is at the end of every video. I also, at the end of each video, have a little slideshow that shows all the different options for people who are interested in supporting me via Patreon. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you soon.